savvy, more than just skin, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time here, welcome. So about a year ago, or maybe a little longer, I started watching Nadine Baggott, and I am obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her content of videos. I am obsessed with how beautiful she is, how good her makeup always looks. And one of the videos that I watched was her makeup routine. And at the time, she was wearing only mineral makeup. Now, I had heard about mineral makeup, like Bare Minerals, and I just really kind of wasn't interested in it. I thought about it being powder. I have drier skin. I was like, that's just not really gonna work. But what she uses is Laura Mercier mineral makeup. And come to find out, in my makeup stash, I had some mineral makeup by Laura Mercier that a good friend of mine gave to me. And so I decided to pull it out and try it. And man, I was amazed by it. So Nadine has tagged it as being lazy girl makeup. She says that it is for girls and women who don't want to spend a lot of time on their makeup and still want to look good, still want to look flawless. And she says that because of the ease of the application of it. Now, it comes in a powder container like this. This is what it looks like. And I have the shade Real Sand. It says Real Sand Mineral Powder SPF 15. And that is what I'm wearing today. And in a few minutes, you're gonna see how I achieved this look. And everything about this look was easy. The eyes, everything, I mean, I did it like that. This is a perfect makeup for the weekends, for Saturdays, for Sundays, for days when you don't really care if you look absolutely flawless. Because I'm gonna be honest, you don't really get a flawless look in this. This is not the kind of makeup you wanna wear to say like maybe your wedding, or although I think my friend, she doesn't wear a lot of makeup though. She bought this for her wedding. But I don't really think it's the kind of makeup, because you're not really gonna get that flawless look. You get a very luminous look, you can see, but it's not really flawless. But it's so easy for the daily, for the everyday grind. It is the perfect makeup to wear. I like how it wears throughout the day. I like the fact that it has SPF 15 in it. But I already put on sunscreen anyway, because that's just how I do. So if you want to see how I did my lazy girl makeup, keep watching. Done my skincare. Per the usual, if you see me looking right here, it's because, or right there I should say, it's because my mirror is right there. But I don't normally use a primer with this foundation. If I were to use a primer, I would use the Laura Mercier hydrating primer. You don't really need to add any extra radiance, because if you've ever worn any type of mineral makeup, this one is no different. It provides a very luminous type finish, so you don't really need a primer. But one thing I do I do out of order is I actually apply my concealer first, and this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, and I'm just putting that where I would normally put concealer. I'm gonna cover up a little bit of that sunspot and any kind of discoloration that I may have. And I'm taking a Morphe sponge, and I'm just going to work that into the skin. Okay, now that concealer is done, we are going in with the foundation, and it comes just like the translucent powder does, and it has kind of, you can see on top, but I am getting low on this one. I actually have a backup because I really do like this foundation. Oh, my hair's kind of a mess. I really do like this foundation a lot, so I'm taking out that top part. And I am just going to dip my brush down in, because I have very little. This might actually be the last use of this. I have very little left down in here. I am using the Face 2 brush by Marc Jacobs to apply this. And I just kind of dip it down in there. I take the top of the powder and put it on there. And then I just start buffing it. And you can see already how luminous it is. It really has a lot of luminosity and provides a lot of luminosity to the skin. I also find that it wears really well. Next, I'm going to bronze the skin, and I'm just using the Becca bronzer, and it is the Sunlit bronzer in bronzed bondi. And I'm just applying this how I would normally apply it with any other foundation. Now that the skin is nice and bronzed, I'm going to go in with some blush, and this is new to me. This is my first time to use it. It is the Flower Pot Powder Blush in Warm Hibiscus by Flower Beauty. Next up, I'm going to highlight my face. The way that I know in my haul video I told you that my Forte Nars highlighter was broken and I was going to take it back. Well, I never took it back. I used it. So it's kind of a mess, but it works. So I'm going to put a little bit on a fluffy brush and just hit the high points of the cheeks down the center of the face to give myself a little bit of glow. Now, you don't need a whole lot of highlight with this foundation because it is very glowy. Now I'm moving on to eyes, and like I said, this is just the easy girl routine. I'm not going to go in with some primer, but I am going to go in with this Nudestix in the color Nudity. It's kind of a bronzy, shimmery shade, and I'm just slapping that on my eyelid. I'm going to use my finger to just kind of work it and blend it around. Also at this time slap on some brows, and this is the Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil, and I'm just very quickly filling in my brows. Okay, now I feel like I need a little bit of contouring in the crease, so I'm going to go back in with my bronzer, and I am taking a Sigma E35 brush, and I'm just going to swirl it around in that bronzer, and I'm just going to take that to kind of define out that crease some. It's just a warm bronze tone. I don't know if y'all can hear my wind chimes, but they're going like crazy. Okay, so that is the bronzer in the contour to kind of contour out my eyes. Next up, I'm going to go back in the Nars highlight with my finger, and I'm going to put some of that across the lid. Now, as far as eyeliner goes, I'm going to line my upper and lower waterline using the Ardency Inn in the shade Coffee. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeliner in Mad Max Brown, and I'm just going to line very close to the top of the lash line to really just make my eyelashes look a little bit more pronounced. But I don't even really want you to see this. Just, oh. Just very close to the lash line. I've got a little bit more on that side than I wanted, so I'm going to get a little bit more over here. But you can see I'm doing this very quick. I'm doing it very fast. This is just lazy girl, easy makeup. It's weekend makeup. I'm going to take a smudger brush, go back in with that bronzer, and kind of buff out that lower lash line. Now I'm gonna jump off camera, curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now it's time to do some lips. I'm gonna line my lips with the NYX, and this is the color Sugar Glass. It's just a nude color. I'm going to put that on. And then I'm going to, actually, I'm gonna fill that in a little bit. And then I'm going to top it with my Fenty lip gloss. So yeah, so this is the finished look. So yeah, a little bit about mineral makeup. So it doesn't give you like that flawless look that you would get if you use a, you know, if like I go through all my steps and use the liquid foundation and setting powder and all that. It just doesn't give that kind of look. It doesn't. But you saw how fast it was. And so it's really great for days when you don't really need a flawless look, like weekends. If you're running to the store, it's really good. Plus, if you have skin issues and you need some coverage, it provides a really nice, good coverage. You know, this whole routine took me very little time, even on camera. If I was doing it not on camera, it would have been even faster. So we're talking like probably, you know, 5 to 10 maybe. And you don't even have to do everything I did. I mean, you could definitely skip highlighter because it's so luminous. You kind of don't really even need a highlighter. But yeah, I mean, I think that I really enjoyed wearing it a lot last summer. I find that it really holds up well in the heat. I like wearing, I mean, I wear it on an everyday basis to work. I wore it a few times this week. I went, at one day that I wore it, I applied it at 6. I went to dinner that night with my parents. My mom looked at my skin and she was like, what foundation do you have on? Because it looks so good. And so I feel like that's kind of a good test to show that when a foundation does what it's supposed to do, when somebody compliments you on it. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know down in the comments below. I'll be glad to try to answer it for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. And I hope if you did, you would consider giving me a thumbs up. You will consider subscribing if you haven't already. And as always, I hope this video finds you having a fantastic day and a great week. And I will see you all soon. Bye, y'all.